All right, we're going to continue to track the fallout from the Supreme Court's ruling to uphold the law that bans the use of TikTok here in the U.S. The justices unanimously sided with the Biden administration in this decision, and the future of the app now hangs in limbo after President Biden announced he will not put the law into effect on Sunday. Now, this decision solely rests on the incoming President Trump's shoulders. Let's bring in content creator and founder of Under the Desk News, V Spehar. They are also the co-host of the American Fever Dream podcast. Thank you so much for being with us, V. What were your initial reactions to this decision from the Supreme Court this morning?
I mean, certainly I was devastated, as many content creators were. We yesterday heard from President Biden that he had decided he wouldn't enforce a ban on TikTok for 36 hours, and then wake up this morning to hear that the Supreme Court has upheld the decision to find the law that bans TikTok constitutional. So it's been a roller coaster of a day or so. Certainly disappointing, but not necessarily unexpected news.
Yeah, you argue this ban was really never about TikTok itself, but really about national security. Can you walk us through, though, what your biggest concerns are here moving forward?
So I think the biggest concern is that there is this misinformation floating around that there was bipartisan support for a ban on TikTok. There was not. The Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Owned Applications bill was couched in a must-pass humanitarian aid package that, yes, did have bipartisan support. To quote Cory Booker, the senator from New Jersey, "I'm frustrated that this package includes riders that could have moved through Congress on their own, like a provision to force the sale of TikTok. I would not have voted for the TikTok ban if I had the opportunity." So I think what we're missing right now is the fact that this ban is going into effect on Sunday, and it was never debated on the merits of its own face. It was rather couched in this humanitarian aid package that was pushed through.
You know, Via, I think I speak for a lot of viewers right now that may be wondering what's the advantage of using TikTok for your particular type of work compared to the other social media sites? What makes TikTok different and preferable to you?
So one of the bummers is that it's not just that it bans TikTok, it also bans this other application called CapCut. What TikTok and CapCut did was provide us editing tools that made it as easy as you pick up your phone and you start to make a video. Whereas if you want to perform on, say, YouTube or even Instagram Reels, you need to have a higher level of video editing experience. TikTok allowed everyone the opportunity to sort of democratically make a video without having to worry too much about having those added video editing skills. I also think their stitch and duet feature built a lot of community. I could say something and someone else could stitch my video, adding to that conversation, making it a more robust story. And I think those are some of the opportunities and the culture of TikTok that we're going to be missing as we move to other platforms, should this ban in fact stay in place.
Yeah, you've pointed out that the other impacts of this ban that could have specifically for marginalized groups of people or people who rely on this app to get their news and information. So how might those people be impacted by TikTok being banned?
I think a lot of folks are like, oh, is TikTok a competitor to mainstream news media? And I've always said that we work best when we work together. There's a lot of folks who simply can't afford cable, or they don't have the leisure time to sit down and enjoy an hour-long newspaper or news program. And so what do? They watch me for 20 minutes before they go to bed. They get curious about something. Maybe they Google it and find out a little bit more information than they would have otherwise known. We are taking that away from people, taking away a second screen from somebody who doesn't have access to mainstream news, I think is very dangerous, especially as we're coming into a new administration where Donald Trump has said on his very first day, which would be the first day that the ban was in effect, he's going to pass 100 executive orders. I think the American people want to hear that stuff. And where are they going to get that information if this platform, this window to the world that they've been using, is slammed shut?
All right, V Spehar, thank you so much for joining us.